Hello there, good evening and a warm welcome to Prime TV News. I'm Lahiru Waduge. Let's take a look at the headlines first. A budget injecting strength to the people and providing shelter for the poor has been presented. A 2,500 rupee allowance for public sector employees. Pension is also increased. Samurdhi beneficiaries to increase by 600,000. Free glass of milk to every student proposed. Gamperlia and enterprise programs will be further strengthened. 200% deposit in vehicle imports is withdrawn. New national program against the illegal drugs racket begins tomorrow. A budget to build an entrepreneurship Sri Lanka and injecting strength to the people and providing refuge to the poor was presented in Parliament today. Among the many proposals made in the budget was the granting of a 2,500 rupee allowance to public sector employees and providing a free glass of milk to each student. Parliament met at 2 this afternoon under the patronage of Speaker Karu Jayasuriya. Finance Minister Mangala Samaravira presented the budget to the House at the invitation of the Speaker. He did so as the 24th Finance Minister of Sri Lanka. It was the 73rd budget of the country that was presented. The Minister said that he was happy to present the budget for 2019 today. The economy has settled down after the turmoil at the end of the previous year and has attained growth. In the face of economic changes and turmoil, they were able to bring the economy to a better place. Lonely Planet has made Sri Lanka a tourist destination. They were able to increase the tourist arrivals in the country. The rupee had appreciated by 1.5% against the dollar as of late. The minister said that they now have the opportunity to continue the projects that they brought in. He said they have been able to keep the budget deficit at 4.5%. Delivering his budget speech, the finance minister said that special attention was drawn to every field in this budget. A glass of milk was proposed to every student. 48,000 million rupees is affected for the further implementation of the Gamperlia program. 300 million rupees will be spent instead of the 200 million rupees given to every electorate. 500,000 rupees given for religious centers is increased to 1 million rupees. Funds will be allocated during this year for the further implementation of the enterprise loan scheme. A glass of milk was proposed to every student. 48,000 million rupees is allocated for the further implementation of the Gamperlia program. 300 million rupees will be spent instead of the 200 million rupees given to every electorate. 500,000 rupees given for religious centers is increased to 1 million rupees. Funds will be allocated during this year for the further implementation of the enterprise loan scheme. A loan fund will be set up under the Bank of Ceylon and a sum of 500 million rupees allocated for the purpose. It is expected to give priority to youth who had followed courses in the National Youth Services Council in the granting of enterprise loans. The hotline 1925 is further operative to make complaints on officials who are not providing the enterprise loan. The production tax imposed on small trucks will be reduced. 250 million rupees will be spent to further expand the Model Agricultural Parks program. New storage facilities will be established to minimize the post-harvests. It was proposed in this budget to allocate 800 million rupees to encourage rubber cultivation. The finance minister announced that 500 million rupees will be allocated for the conduct of necessary research under the Export Development Board. The issue of permits for coconut-based products will be reconsidered. Cinnamon production will be encouraged. Attention has been drawn in this budget for the resolution of the estates workers' wage issue. The finance minister said that immediate solutions will be found after holding discussions with the Tea Board. The allocation made for the development of 7 main irrigation canals is 240 billion rupees. Fisheries harbours and ferries will be developed, while new fisheries harbours will come up in the Point Pedro and Pesale areas. It is proposed to spend 2,300 million rupees in this respect. Its aim is to increase the export of fisheries products undertaken to Europe by 14%. A project will be implemented to provide sanitary facilities that lack such facilities by the year 2020. It was proposed to allocate 4,000 million rupees for this purpose. Every main bus station and railway station will have washrooms for men, women and the disabled. He invited the private sector to maintain this. 2,000 million rupees will be allocated to uplift small-scale entrepreneurs under the Nangmamu Lanka program. It was proposed to build childcare centres at establishments that have more than 250 employees. The private sector will also be encouraged in this respect. A 3-month mandatory maternity leave will be approved, and the finance minister said that the private sector will be encouraged in this regard. The Labour Act will be amended with the aim of directing the active contribution of women to the economy so that they could engage in official duties at a convenient time. The National Adult Secretariat will be further strengthened. The 3,000 rupee allowance paid to differently abled persons will be increased to 5,000. It is proposed to set up parks in Veeravilla for the rehabilitation of drug addicts. Loan facilities to increase investments for the caring of elders will be enhanced. The allowance given for disabled persons will be increased from 2,000 to 5,000 rupees. The finance minister said that the amount given for chronic kidney disease patients will be increased, while the payment made for the number of persons will be increased by 5,000. Farms will be established to direct drug addicts for productive tasks. The allocation made for this purpose is 50 million rupees. Another 5,400 million rupees will be given for the construction of 15,000 houses with bricks in the north and east. It was proposed in this budget to give a loan of 10 million rupees for those who are engaged in foreign employment after being registered in the Foreign Employment Bureau. It was also proposed in the budget to allocate a sum of 32,000 million rupees with the aim of providing laboratory and classroom facilities for every child, as well as on behalf of teachers' houses. A fund will be launched to support students who highly pass the advanced level examination to pursue studies in the best universities in the world. It will be launched with 14 students this year, and 28 students will be given an opportunity in this respect by the year 2020. A legal framework will be prepared for the regulation and control of preschools, and proposals are included in this budget to grant relief from the Enterprise Sri Lanka project for preschools registered with the government. A College of Allied Health Sciences will be started at the Ruhuna University, while Cancer Disease Test Unit will be launched at the Sri Jayawardhanapura University. It was proposed to encourage nurses training courses for healthcare. Government plans to provide an allowance of 10,000 rupees for 2 years during the training period. 24,750 million rupees will be allocated for the purchase of new health equipment as well as develop infrastructure in the health field. It is a 38% increase than the previous year. It was proposed to launch the countrywide 1990 Sewer Sarrier ambulance service. The proposed allocation was 600 million rupees. Blood transfusion centres was proposed to provide free of charge equipment to donate blood in the house itself. The rabies control project will be expanded. A sum of 3,800 million rupees will be allocated for the development of the sports sector. The National Olympic Fund is to be strengthened. Another 5,000 housing units are to be built under the Urban Revival Programme, and the proposed allocation is 8,000 billion rupees. Another 2,000 million rupees will be allocated for the Fine Urban Development Programme. My Future is a new loan scheme that is to be introduced for students who do not gain university entrance. 1.1 million interest-free loan can be obtained, while the payment period has been proposed as 12 years. It was proposed to allocate 400 million rupees for training Tamil medium teachers. 700 million rupees was proposed to refurbish the old Jaffna Urban Council. The Bogambara prisons will be developed as a common place, and the allocation made for this purpose is 750 million rupees. Priority will be given to the Sahasara bus modernization scheme. 1,000 luxury buses will be provided, and the government will be providing 75% of the interest. It was proposed to allocate 5,000 million rupees for the light rail service between Malabe and Colombo Fort. Work on the second stage of the Central Expressway is due to be completed, and construction on the third stage is scheduled to begin. 10 billion rupees has been proposed for rural road development. The motor vehicle production tax will be amended with effect from midnight today. It has been decided to remove the 200% deposit in the import of vehicles. The levy on passports has been amended. Amending the tax on behalf of locally produced alcohol was included in the budget proposals. The charges made for expressways during rush hours have been increased by 100 rupees. It has also been proposed to increase the tax on casinos from 200 million to 400 million rupees, while it was proposed to increase the entrance fee by 50%. Meanwhile, President Maithripala Sirisena has emphasized that another 3-month period will be given to the police to totally eliminate illegal drugs. The president laid this emphasis addressing an international academic conference on the prevention and suppression of illegal drug trafficking, which opened in Colombo today. The conference on the utilization of scientific strategies on a broader and proper coordination for the illegal drug abuse, use and prevention commenced in Colombo this morning. Addressing the conference, the president said that a new program will be introduced tomorrow on the prevention of narcotics. The president said that no new technological equipment had been provided to the police, the Narcotics Bureau, the Customs, Coast Guard and the armed forces to identify illegal drugs. Prices were called for last month, and the best equipment prevailed in countries such as the United States and Israel. Usually, an equipment set is priced at 10 to 15 million US dollars. He said that those who are not supporting us point the finger at us, saying not to punish them. The president said that the new program on the prevention of narcotics will be introduced tomorrow. He said he instructed the Inspector General of Police and the police to wipe out illegal alcohol from the country within 3 months. He added that such illegal drugs cannot be found in the country by next Vesak full moon day. The conference will draw to a close tomorrow. Now, that's all we have for today, but Prime News returns tomorrow, and in the meantime, make www.itnnews.lk your go-to source for the very latest in news at home and overseas. I'm Liru signing off. Have a good night.